7,975 pounds, and I say confident in saying better than new condition. This is among the best kept, cleanest used fifth wheels I've ever seen, and hands down the most impressive Crusader I've ever seen in my nearly 12-year career now. Landed down here at A1 RV, and it's not that the folks didn't use it. They were just meticulous about the care, maintenance, and upkeep. It gives us dual opposing living room slides, windows all over the place, plenty of kitchen capacity considering the size of the coach, and a great upper deck with a nice shower and bedroom interchange. I'm having trouble trying to figure out things that aren't fantastic about it. You might choose to add a set of stable steps, you might choose to swap to a porcelain toilet, but this is all there. Now, as we go through, you may actually notice some similarities between this and a very similar Wildcat that we had earlier this year if you're a regular Haylett RV viewer. And there's an interesting reason for that. Although Wildcat is branded as a Forest River product, and this is branded as a Primetime, which is a subsidiary of Forest River, Wildcats were actually produced by and out of Primetime facilities and by Primetime personnel for a while. So there are a lot of eerie similarities between the two because effectively they were sharing DNA. That is a trifold sleeper sofa, by the way. You see how you have a pair of recliners right there that allow you to kind of swivel around and get your own level of comfort. And are you taking in all these windows? Windows everywhere. You want light, visibility, airflow. This is one of those floor plans that does it so well. The Keystone Cougar is actually the originator of a floor plan like this. Originally called a 28 SGS, now called a 27 SGS, still in production today. There's very little different on this one. They did opt for a slightly longer living room, lower deck here, which does allow for some extra kitchen storage that I don't think anyone's ever going to be disappointed in receiving. The entertainment on this model, by the way, is fantastic. The way that it really just kind of points right toward the living room, and that electric space heating fireplace taking the nip out of the air without burning up all your propane. Now, we're going to get all the kitchen space opened up, but one thing I do want to point out first is that vent fan up there is one of those extra large, like Max Air style vent fans, so you can get some super fantastic airflow in here. And I think I want to start over here. We're actually going to start over here above the sofa because, you know, the cabinetry persists all the way through the slide of the sofa, so hey, why not? Because there's more to it than just the little cabinet next to the microwave here. Down below, you can see some easy reach power outlets, and I like how they're located. They're down where you can easily reach them with appliances, but they're also beside the sofa, but not in a way that's going to like poke you in the shoulder or anything like that. You can obviously see the three big drawers here. There is an additional drawer over there below that 8 cubic foot two-way refrigerator. Then you have just tons of storage on this whole wall over here. And I like that little kind of, almost like a little coffee bar. A little place maybe you could put a toaster or something over there. I don't know. But that little alcove is a nice touch with a little bonus drawer below it. There is also, behind the entertainment center, almost like a second pantry. Now, you might not use that for kitchen stuff, but it's not like it's really far out of the way. It kind of makes sense. And if you're noticing here, too, they've got an island that very closely resembles the way Jayco Eagle does a lot of their islands. You see more easy reach outlets. You see easy drawers to get to. Shelf below the sink, so you have place for like baking sheets, or which is, you know, also still separate from like your dish soapy stuff. And all of these countertops that you're seeing, they're all a sealed edge pressed membrane thermofoil kind of job, so that you are, you know, making sure that you don't have water splashing around causing water damage on your countertops, because I think That's generally the last thing anybody wants to see. And I think we're good to hop upstairs. Now, I mentioned that big fan in the kitchen. It actually has this handy little remote control here, where if you want to open it, close it, you can set it to thermostatic mode. Those fantastic vent fans like that, they're absolutely awesome. Being able to sit in your recliner and, force a nice cool breeze to go through the RV, always a cool thing. This does have a sliding pocket privacy door here in the bathroom. You see that extra shelf space right there. Going to be really handy. You could roll some towels up there, kind of burrito military style, if you will. Speaking of towels, towel bar above the toilet. I like how they didn't put a cabinet there, so it's not knocking you on the head. There's a lot that I really like about this RV. I actually feel bad. You might notice a little trace of my footprints in that shower. I was doing that to get some photos. Speaking of which, here, let's show you. There's some good legroom here around the toilet. And the reason my footprints are in the shower is because I took the time to actually stand in the shower to show you the headroom there. And since that shower pan's recessed, you got 6.5 foot of clearance, and I was pretty darn happy with it. Now, it's deceptively large, so I want to take a second, open up that medicine cabinet right there, and get to see the nice deep chunk of space in there. Another thing that impressed me, sealed countertops even here in the bathroom area. Now keep in mind, this is not a brand of camper that we carried down at Haylett RV, and I'm more than happy to be very complimentary to it because I've always felt every RV does something better than someone else. This was built a little bit before that step had been kind of engineered out of most of the smaller to mid-size fifth wheel segment. But again, guys, that's not, there's nothing wrong with this coach. That's not like, oh, there's a problem here. This isn't effectively about as close to flawless shape as a used RV is ever going to get. I mean, just ever. Those are not hanging side stands, though. Those are a little too small for hanging clothes, obviously. Just nice storage. But I like the symmetry. I like how we have storage all over both sides. That's going to really act as a lot of dresser space. And, buddy, that's some CPAP-friendly stuff right there. 60 by 80 true queen bed. We do have some storage below it. Now, the cool thing about that step down is it does create a spot right here that is taller. This is 6.5 foot tall right here, just like it was in the bathroom. So it does mean plenty of headroom to get dressed. TV hookups across from the bed. And then over here, the reason they didn't have that oversized giant shower is because they had this. Just a huge chunk of extra storage space. Big time closet. Really, that's going to be your primary closet space, but more dresser storage down below. It is a model that is great for folks who want to pack heavy and travel light, if that makes any sense, compared to like one of these 13,000 pound giant monster slide fifth wheels. This is something that gives you good living space, enough bedroom space, and a nice bathroom. Great for being at a destination, but still small enough that you can tow it. This is ideal for like 3/4 ton type pickup traveling, I think. Down below all that, you also see the aluminum structure that primarily, composes the majority of the RV, and just a nice, wide, open pass-through compartment. This was largely built as something to kind of compete against Cougar at the time, and really, in a lot of ways, still kind of is. Cougar's been the most influential member of the, fifth wheel industry in this segment for, well, really since most of its inception, I think. A couple cool notes here, though. Crusader does a good job. They put this cutaway nose cap on there so that if you have like a 6.5 foot short bed, I think you could still get, it's like 86, 88 degree turning radius without a specialty like pivoting hitch or anything like that. Now, if you really, really want to jackknife past 90 degrees, you may need some specialty hitching, but I think for almost any of us, this is going to be more than enough. I think the need for a 90-degree jackknife turn on a lot of these RVs is somewhat over-marketed and overstated. Now, the baggage doors all have sealed hinges. There is a simple solar prep plug right on the face of this thing. So if you want to park it in the shade and then, kind of put your tether, umbilical cord, lifeline, solar panel out in the sun and move it around during the day, you can. Magnet holdbacks on the baggage doors as well. And there's a simple little docking center behind that small rectangular door there. This has an enclosed heated belly, pretty good extended season package here. And for most folks like me, I'm not camping when there's snowflakes flying. You will have no issues here. Now, it's some people say, oh, what is going on here? You see all that spray foam stuff? I would rather a factory use too much than not enough. I would rather see tons of that stuff than not enough. What that's doing is that is helping seal a gap where the sewer pipe comes down through the underbelly. And since it's usually out of sight, out of mind anyway, I'd rather they go nuts than try to skimp. So to me, that's a confidence boosting factor. And again, windows just all over the place on this one, and they all open too. Great airflow. And since they're not frameless, even more airflow. Spare tire doesn't look like it's ever seen the light of day. It looks like maybe there was some kind of slip cover on it at some point that just isn't with us anymore. I don't know. But I mean, let me get up here. Look at the reflectivity on this skin. It's like it's been polished, but the folks just took care of it. It was barn kept. It was stored out of the weather, and I just don't think you could ask for much more just out of the physical shape and condition and cleanliness of this. This is how they're supposed to look, folks. No surprise, the roof, the seals, the ever stuff looks great. They added a vent cover over that bedroom vent there for some nice, cross breeze and airflow. This thing's aces. Aces! I don't know if I could be much happier with the condition of it. So if you agree, or maybe in the distance you see something over here you're a little curious about, give our team here at A1RV a call. Between us and our sister store, Haylet RV, down the street, we only do everything: hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Oops. Forgot to hit the off button. Well, hey, at least you get to see the progression that we're making on our expansion back here. Gosh, I can't wait for that to be done.